What's up everyone, Vulgar is here. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on masking transitions in Sony Vegas, and I was going to do something a little bit different for part 2, but instead I'm just going to jump right to transitions, and if you guys have any more questions, I will address those in masking part 3. Because there's really a lot of stuff you can do with masking, but it's kind of hard for me to show you all of them. So right here is just a montage I'm working on right now. I really like this montage. I did a lot of this in After Effects, which is why there's not that many tracks, but it's really good, as you can see. I mean, the color correction is really nice, and there's a lot of really good effects. I really do like it. And you guys will be seeing that tomorrow, depending on what channel this is on. This might go up on a few channels, so on my channel this is going to be up Friday the 1st, so April Fool's Day. So create a new Vegas document or whatever, and import your clips. I'm going to import one from ELA promo, and I'm just going to import, let's see, this one. I'll just import a simple one out right here. And basically, you guys probably know the transition. I usually play them before the video plays anyway, but let's see, for example, first let me disable resample by right-clicking the clip and going Properties, and then click Disable Resample. Basically, when you don't do that, it blends the frames together, so in certain things, especially when you do Twixtor, you want to definitely disable resample, because otherwise it'll blend the frames before Twixtor and it kind of messes up. So if I disable resample, it'll look a lot better. As you can see, all those things aren't blurry anymore. So disable resample, and you want to pick a spot where you're going to start the masking transition. So I'm going to start it, well, you want to usually start in the beginning. So I'm going to actually import another clip, and I'm going to end one clip and then go to the next one, show you guys how you can do that. So import that clip as well, and again remove the sound, which you can do that by clicking on the audio and hitting the U key and then delete. Delete this track right here, and then let's see, I'll actually I will transition from this clip to this clip, just to let you guys know. So put whatever clip that you're starting from on the bottom. So you see right here, this is the clip I'm going to start from. Okay, and then I'm going to transition to this next clip right here. So after I get this kill, it's going to transition to this clip right here. Now, what you're going to do now is, this can get really complicated, especially if you use After Effects and incorporate all those other types of things, but basically, this is the gist of it. You want to pick a specific point where you want to start the gameplay. Now, did I disable resample on this as well? No, I didn't. Make sure you disable resample on everything. As you see, there is a pretty big difference, especially with how clear it is. So I'm going to start right here. Make sure this says best full. If yours says draft or preview, just make sure it says best and then full, and then I'll make it be the best quality possible. Click save, snapshot the file, and then just save this as whatever. I'm going to save it as image 1. And now you're going to have this image. And as you see right here, it's a still image. Basically, if you play it, it's just that. Now, you're going to actually want to make a few of these. You're going to actually make a few tracks. So insert like 3 video tracks. So in all, I have 4 video tracks now. Pick the specific point where this next clip is going to start. So let's say it's going to start right here, because this is when I hit the ground. I'm going to hit the M key on my keyboard. And you don't have to do this, but I'm just doing this for tutorial's sake. That way you guys can be sure you guys know what I'm doing. M basically just makes a marker. You can actually name the marker whatever you want. I just name it 1, or I don't really name it anything. And basically, this is where the transition is going to start. So this has to do with masking, of course, otherwise I would be uploading this a while ago. You want to then click Event Pan Crop, or right-click the clip and go to Video Event Pan Crop. And then you're going to mask out the first thing you want to come into the gameplay. So let's say I want the gun to come. Actually, I'll just mask this out first right here. I'll mask this whole entire little high-rise platform where the helicopter is supposed to land right here. And that'll make this nice and simple, because it's only it's basically like a square, so it's not really hard to mask. And now we have, of course, this part right here. Okay, you can cancel out of that. Then drag this next clip right here, and say maybe, I don't know, whatever you have going on, maybe like a second later. Let me play this. Alright, so like a half a second later, or whatever you decide, you're going to hit the M on your keyboard again, and that's going to create another marker. Just to keep things organized, especially when you're editing full montages, you want to keep things as organized as possible. Drag the next clip up to that, so you're going to have something that looks like this. You see right here. And you're going to click the pan crop again, and make sure you check off mask. I didn't really explain that in this tutorial, but you guys should know it from the last tutorial. And you're going to, let's see, we're going to pick something else to mask. Let's mask out this building. Let's mask out everything except the sky right here. So let's mask out this. And this is going to be simple. You've probably seen this in a lot of montages. People mask out things like, I used the car example last time, but people mask out a lot of things, and it can really be used to your advantage a lot. So definitely take your time on this. I keep messing this up. You can definitely zoom in using your mouse wheel, and I'm not sure how else you can do that, but that's how I do it. So, yes, just mask out whatever you want to for your second, alright, here we go. Sorry about that. These things actually really annoy me, but they can be used. They do have a purpose, actually, and they work really good when you're using them. But right now I don't want to use them, so... Okay, so basically you want to mask out this next thing right here. And you could... I'll just end the mask right here. Okay, and you want to close the mask, of course. And now you have this next part. And make sure that it looks like basically the whole entire part of high-rise except without this right here. And then the next clip right here, you're going to drag in the next image at about half a second later, and I'm going to create another marker just so you guys can see. And now we have something that looks like this. And this already looks cool. I've seen this done in montages, but we want to get a little bit more detailed. And in order to do that, what we can do is we're going to start by going back to event pan crop on the first layer, which should always be on the bottom. It should look like this. It should look like stairs. You want to make sure that the longest layer, like right here, or the one that starts is always on the bottom. So the clip that you're transitioning from is going to be on the bottom. The first transition you're going to see, which is right here, is going to be on the second to bottom, and so on and so forth. It's pretty simple. Now what we're going to do, like I said, is go to event pan crop, and you want to. This is why I also like to do markers too, because I usually put this up here and I can see the markers under here, and this is a tip that I like to use a lot. As you see right here, I know that where the next marker starts, this transition should be done. So make sure that position is highlighted but mask is still checked. That's key. And you want to go to the last keyframe, as it's not the last keyframe of the clip, but the last, you want to go to the next marker basically, as you see right here. So next marker, keyframe this, and this should be the default position where your clip is in perfect position. If at any point you ever get this messed up, you can always right click this and go to restore. Okay, and that's going to restore it to its main 16 by 9 frame. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go to the first frame, and here's the purpose for these things right here. If you click move X and Y, you can move any direction. Okay, if you check move Y only, it's only going to be able to go up and down. And this is actually really helpful when it comes to doing transitions, because sometimes you want transitions to go only one direction. So for this, I'm going to make it go on the x-axis, which it looks like this. Of course, it's horizontal. And I'm going to then drag this all the way to the left, okay, until there's nothing on the screen, like this. And now I'm going to play the clip, as you see. And this high-rise platform is just going to come flying in. And then we're going to do the same thing to the next one. Now, I hope this is making sense. I know I'm kind of explaining this fast, and if you're not really that skilled at Sony Vegas, this might be kind of hard for you to understand, but it's actually really simple once you get the hang of it. I definitely suggest that you watch my first masking tutorial. And now that we're on the second clip, what we're going to do is, of course, make sure position is highlighted and masking is still checked. And you're going to do the same thing, basically. You're going to make sure you're going to keyframe where the next marker is. Okay, and then go back to the first keyframe, and you're going to, let's say we want this one to go horizontal this time. Okay, so, not horizontal, vertical. And let's put this right here. Okay, now, is that good? Nope. I just messed with something I didn't want to. Okay, here we go. Now, it looks like this. And only thing we have to fix is this one right here. Let's just put a marker right here just so we know. Also, you can create a loop region and use this as like a timeline marker. So you can drag right above a timeline and create these little things. And these are actually multi-purpose, but if you want to create an equal amount of time or space between markers, you can just do this, and as you see right here. Okay, and then create a marker right here. Just a little tip I used. Okay, so I accidentally forgot to mask the top layer. And usually when I do my montages, I don't mask the top layer. For a few reasons, and I'll explain that in just a second. But if you want to keep it looking like these stairs, like I kind of explained earlier, I kind of stressed that a little bit too much. You can just, of course, mask out everything that you don't already have, so that would be like all this stuff. You can do that, but then it kind of becomes a problem if you're not that precise. If you mess up a little bit, if you're like, a few pixels off, it ends up leaving a big black mark. So that's why usually the last clip, this is just a tip just to show you guys, because definitely this has happened more. This has happened to me a lot of times, actually. Or when I was new to Vegas, this happened to me a lot. I would, just do something really quickly, and it would look like this. And as you see right here, I'm missing spots, and I wouldn't notice that until afterwards, and it would be kind of a pain in the neck. So my tip to you guys would be to don't mask the last layer, no matter how many transition types you're going to do. The last layer you're going to have, put it on the bottom, okay? Now, or under all the other transition clips. So these are all transition clips. You put this on the bottom. Now you don't have to actually move this clip itself. You can actually just drag this little 1 right here and drag it down to under the 3. So like that, and now you get this. I know that was a little bit laggy because this is still on best full, so I'll just go to good auto and try that again. If you ever want to preview something without any lag, put it on whatever quality you want and go to Shift B. Now depending on how much RAM you have will depend on how much you can preview at one time, but good auto generally does it for, on my computer, like a few minutes actually, so I can preview pretty much a whole entire montage like this. So you can just do that, and it's right here. We're almost done, and we still have to animate this last part right here, which is the bottom layer. You can forget about the mask, just make sure you go on position, and let's do something a little bit different with this. I guess we could just put it like this, and there really is no marker after that, is there? Yes, there is. So put it on the last marker, like I said before. Put the time keyframe marker on the last marker we have on timeline, and go to the first keyframe, and then just drag this down, or up rather, and now you can play it, and it looks like that. So that's basically it. I didn't actually save this yet. I don't really have to save it, doesn't matter. So just to play it, this is what we have. And yes, so that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, definitely comment. And last but not least, this last marker. I keep getting confused, sorry. This last marker right here, as you see, you can split all the clips, or you can just drag them to the end, so like this, or you could split them or whatever. And then the last one, just drag the beginning of the next clip there, and then you basically have a whole entire transition going, so you can transition from one clip to another this way. And it works pretty good. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, a rating would be greatly appreciated. You can just hit that like button, and I will definitely appreciate that. You can favorite the video, and you can subscribe to both myself and Enrage Production and Enrage Cinema. And yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Any other questions or comments or ideas for future tutorials will go in the comment section below. And yes, alright, thanks for watching.